Have you ever wondered how some of the world's softest fabrics come from one of the most rugged animals in nature? From luxury sweaters to fine scarves, the journey starts with an animal you may not expect, the goat. These creatures aren't just good at climbing rocks. They're the source of some of the world's most prized wool, along with nutritious milk and meat. Today, we're taking you on a journey into the fascinating world of goat farming and the massive industrial operations that turn these animals into products used all around the globe. Once the goat hair arrives at the processing facility, it goes through several steps before becoming yarn. First, the raw fleece is washed in large tanks filled with water and mild detergent. This removes dirt, oil, and natural lanolin. The clean fiber is then dried and carded, a mechanical process where rollers covered in fine teeth align the fibers and remove any remaining impurities. After carding, the wool is either dyed or left in its natural color. It is then spun into yarn using high-speed machines. The result is a soft, strong, and elastic thread that's ready to be woven into high-end fabrics and garments. These are the luxurious end products we see in boutiques and designer stores, but behind that polished final product is a long and labor-intensive journey that starts with a humble goat. Meanwhile, goats aren't just valued for their hair. Goat milk is another major product that powers an entire industry, especially in countries like India, France, and Nigeria, where goat milk is a staple in many households. The process of collecting and processing goat milk is very similar to that of cow's milk, but the scale is often much smaller, especially on local farms. In modern goat dairies, goats are milked using automated systems. These systems are designed to keep everything hygienic and stress-free for the animals. Goats walk into milking stations where suction cups are gently attached to their udders. These cups mimic the natural suckling of a baby goat and help extract the milk efficiently. Each goat can produce anywhere from 2 to 4 liters of milk per day, depending on the breed. Breeds like the Saanen, Alpine, and Toggenburg are known for their high milk production. Once collected, the milk flows into refrigerated tanks to keep it fresh before it is transported to dairy processing plants. At the processing plant, the milk undergoes several treatments. First, it's pasteurized, heated to a high temperature for a short time to kill any harmful bacteria. Then it's homogenized to ensure the fat is evenly distributed. From here, the milk can take many forms. Some of it is bottled and sold as fresh milk, while other batches are used to make yogurt, cheese, and even goat milk powder. Goat cheese, in particular, is a delicacy around the world. Varieties like chèvre in France, feta in Greece, and soft spreadable cheeses in the Middle East all have distinct flavors that come from the unique fat composition of goat milk. To make cheese, the milk is first curdled using rennet and then strained and aged under controlled conditions. Some cheeses are aged for months to develop a rich, tangy flavor. Back at the farm, once the goats stop producing milk, some are raised for meat. Goat meat, or chèvre, is consumed widely in Africa, the Middle East, and Asia, and it's gaining popularity in other parts of the world for its lean, high-protein qualities. The meat industry has its own set of processes. Goats raised for meat are typically taken to slaughterhouses where strict hygiene and animal welfare protocols are followed. After stunning the animal to ensure it's unconscious, the goat is humanely slaughtered. The carcass is then cleaned, skinned, and inspected for health and safety. From here, the meat is divided into cuts, legs, shoulders, ribs, and more. Each part is packaged and sent to distributors. Some is kept fresh, while other meat is frozen or processed into sausages, jerky, or canned products. In some facilities, even the bones are boiled to make stock or turned into pet food ingredients. Nothing goes to waste. Goat skins are often used in the leather industry. Though not as common as cowhide, goat leather is prized for its softness and flexibility. It's often used in gloves, wallets, and premium book covers. The processing of goat hides involves tanning, drying, and sometimes dyeing, and all of this is done in specialized leather factories. So from hair to wool, from milk to meat, every part of the goat contributes to industries that span the globe. And while the process may seem mechanical and industrial, at its core, it relies on traditional knowledge passed down for generations, from nomadic herders in Central Asia to modern-day farmers using the latest tech. The intersection of tradition and technology is especially clear when you visit high-tech goat farms in Europe or North America. These farms use everything from biometric tracking to AI-assisted feeding systems. Goats are monitored for health, milk output, and breeding cycles using chips and cloud-based software. Even the temperature and air quality in barns are controlled to optimize production. Meanwhile, back in more rural settings, farmers still rely on intuition and hands-on care. They know which goat is pregnant just by the way she walks. They know when it's time to harvest hair based on the season and the feel of the coat. It's a beautiful balance between ancient instinct and modern innovation. In places like China, where over 70% of the world's cashmere is produced, large-scale factories process thousands of kilos of raw fiber each day. The raw cashmere is first stored in climate-controlled warehouses before entering the main production line. Machines equipped with laser precision separate the soft undercoat from the coarse hair, then sort it by fiber length and color. The longer and finer the fiber, the higher the grade, and the more expensive the product. These fibers are then sent to spinning mills, dyed in massive vats, and wound onto bobbins at lightning speed. The dyed yarn may be woven into fabric or knitted directly into garments using fully automated machines. Every stage is optimized for maximum efficiency, and quality checks are performed at multiple points in the process. When it comes to milk and cheese, the same level of precision is applied. Cheese-making factories run quality tests on every batch of milk before it's allowed into production. They test for fat content, acidity, and bacterial levels. Then, in temperature-controlled rooms, cheese is aged in massive wheels, some weighing up to 40 kilograms. Specialists called affineurs monitor each wheel daily, flipping them, brushing them, and controlling the moisture to ensure the perfect flavor and texture. What you eventually see in a gourmet store or supermarket is the result of months, sometimes years, of careful planning and craftsmanship. It's easy to overlook all the hard work that goes into these products. Whether it's a cozy sweater, a slice of aged goat cheese, or a perfectly grilled goat chop, every one of these items comes with a long, complex story that begins on a farm with a goat. The next time you wear a cashmere scarf or sip a cup of goat milk, think about the people, machines, and traditions that made it possible. From high-altitude herders to modern factories, the goat continues to be one of the most resourceful and versatile animals in human history. And that's it for today's journey into the world of goat processing. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more behind-the-scenes looks at how everyday products are made. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.